Whew. Spirituality, the world, the universe. What is it? The universe is a very interesting place. Okay? The universe is something that governs literally everything we all know. Yet we know a single thing about it. The world. We on a rock. We on a planet. We just literally here chilling. But there's a lot more to all of this than you could even imagine. As y'all may know by the title, we talking about spirituality today. We going crazy. And before I really dive into this topic, I'm gonna say a few things. One, your boy didn't just had his awakening not too long ago, right? So some things aren't fully refined for me, but I understand it myself. And the point of this video, sorry, I had a burp and hiccup at the same time. The point of this video isn't just to talk about myself and what spirituality is and gas it up and hype up this community mindset, whatever it is, but it's rather to bring insight, because I think we really in a time where everybody eyes is closed, all three of them, and nobody is really understanding what's happening around us and what's actually at stake. And when I say at stake, it's literally us. That's not gonna make sense in the future. I'm gonna get on that. And also another thing, there's so much to talk about with spirituality. I can go anyway, so I'm gonna have to bounce around, but just stay with me. And I'm gonna try to make this as digestible as possible. Now we going crazy. Let's really talk about it. Now before we do, Monica, I know y'all see Monica. Look at her looking handsome, pretty, sexy. Monica, say what's up to them. They ain't even know. They don't know yet. We about to put them on. What's up? All right then. Let's go. Everything in the universe is governed by three things: energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything in this realm, everything in the universe, the plant, my arm, this camera, literally you, everything has those three. But we gonna talk about specifically energy today. Otherwise, I would be here for literally hours. And plus, this is also the one thing that I can guess feed to y'all. That would make sense. I believe that energy is the foundation to really understanding what spirituality is. And I do got some notes here. I don't know if I can see them, but I'm gonna talk about, well, from the beginning, a spiritual awakening or having a so-and-so awakening. Now, I believe that most, I'm saying most, I definitely don't think all, because some people in the world generally is not real. Like, not on no crazy shit, but they're far, they're gone. We cannot say them. I genuinely believe that. But when you have a spiritual awakening, it's like the world just opens up to you, and the understanding of how the world behaves hits you all at once, and you start noticing things that affect each other in ways you couldn't normally perceive. I'll give you an example, right? When I had my spiritual awakening, like, the way I perceived people's energy was just different. Like, quite literally, it was different. Like, I could see people, like, even like I could meet you for the first time and be like, yeah, bro, you gotta go. I would sense like negative energy around people and just how devastating they would be to have in my life. And it was like, I've dodged a lot of bullets too. It's work. This is genuinely a gift I've gained. But also vice versa. I've met people, and then immediately I sense like a beauty in them, a purity, something that is so special. And it's just like the way energy just works, and specifically just affects people. I become aware of it and how it affects me, but also how energy affects the world. We're not gonna go that deep though, for the sake of just like keeping it as a video. That's just chill. We just chilling. Now, I believe that I believe that everyone has the capability to awaken, because I think it's literally programmed in us. Our ancestors was literally doing this. All right, it don't matter where you come from, your background. All of our ancestors, yes, a lot of people want to be no, all of our ancestors, every fucking human on earth, all of our ancestors was low-key tapped in. But we're not even gonna go that far. But I believe that everybody can awaken, but I also do know that people can awaken differently. Now, some people can awaken just like naturally. You could be just chilling, like, oh yeah, and then maybe your life start getting harder or whatever, but something kind of forces you to like perceive the world differently. Like it's typically through hard times. Some people just unlock it naturally. They just start seeing the world differently than the people they're around, and they don't know how to behave or act, because, or behave is not the proper word, but they don't know how to relay this information to the people around them, because the people around them don't fucking know what's happening, because they're not fucking awakened. They're chilling. Another thing is that it can be definitely induced through drugs. Like, I'm not gonna really dive into that realm, because like there's a lot of drugs in the world. Like, let's be real. But I just heard stories, and like, you know, we not gonna die there. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But those are really the two main ways like somebody can awaken, from what I've experienced so far and what I've like heard from others, right? Those are really the two. Now, what does it mean to become awakened? But for example, right, let's say you awaken, right? You're like, damn, like, why am I seeing the world so different? And then you're trying to talk to people around you about all these deep things and all these things that you haven't normally like perceived. They don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. You sound like you're bogus. That's typically how it goes, or at least for me. I awaken, I'm talking about all this deep stuff, I'm observing the universe in a way that is so like pure and it's so understandable for me. A lot of people just aren't there. Like, I'm not saying they're never gonna be, but that's really what it's like. And it became very isolating. It really did. I didn't know who I was as a person. I had to completely restart myself from scratch and rebuild myself, because not only was I perceiving the world so pure, but because of that, my whole existence, or my whole understanding of who I was, is just shattered. So I had to rebuild. Yes, I've been talking about the awakening part, but there are other factors too. Like in my notes, I got down right here. Spirituality isn't just a system, but it's a mindset. It really is. Now, what I mean by that is system and mindset. What is that? For example, physics, that's a system. Chemistry, physics, chemistry, a system. Math, a system. These are all systems of understanding that we have created. Now, I think spirituality is just another system that you can't model it in this world. Like, you cannot. I truly do not believe currently we can mathematically model spirituality, because it doesn't exist in this world. It just affects this world. It doesn't make sense, but or at least let's say on a quantum scale, but we're not gonna go there because a lot of people don't even know about physics, let alone quantum mechanics. But spirituality, think of physics, chemistry, and all these subjects, right, as their own categories, and think of spirituality like the glue that's holding it all together. That's the best way I can really describe it. And the thing about this system is that people who are spiritual, or at least from my experience, we can tap into that. Like, when I say we can tap into it, we start seeing the glue, but we start seeing the glue. And with that though, I think there's some gifts that come, like some perceptual gifts, and I think it can vary. I do believe in that. If you don't believe in that, bro, you're in the wrong video, bro. But genuinely, my people reading abilities, my pattern recognition, just my overall sense of understanding of the universe has increased drastically. And because of that, I've been able to avoid certain situations, certain people, and break free from shackles from people who have been holding me back. Now, mindset. My spirituality is also a mindset. Now, the mindset is kind of like an ideology. Yes, it's an ideology, and yes, it's a community, but it extends beyond that into the physical realm, or it at least affects the physical realm. And I'm not dissing nobody's religion, because somebody right. It's somebody right, but we just don't know who. I'm that's not agnostic in me, really. But the mindset is so, I feel like it's the most interesting part, because it's really not just about how the world works. It's also about how you work. Like the power of the human, like literally not just your mind, your body, like the power of you entirely, down to your smallest, most simplest form, to your greatest, most physical, like your whole body. But those are really the two, and I want y'all to really like understand that and really see that, because that's going to help y'all understand what I'm about to say next, or like diving forward. My life has been very isolating ever since I've awakened, or low-key just recently. It's been really hard for me to fit in with people, because the mindset I have, it's kind of rare. It literally is. And it's hard to understand. It's hard for people to understand what I'm saying or what I'm talking about, or just how I operate, because of my mindset is just so shifted. Like, I can't even do small talk no more. I really can't. I never also, like, small talk is the one thing. It's like, bro, it don't make sense to me. Why are we just talking about random shit that don't matter? Like, instead, I'm the type of person, bro, you sit down with me, we talking about some deep philosophical shit like 2 minutes later. And that's how I operate. That's just who I am as a person, because that's just the realm I live in. I don't live in the small talk of just being a bot, or just like, no, like, bro, I see the world so differently, and I'm always questioning what everything is. Like, this is just who I am. Everyone's saying, well, you always want to talk philosophical. Yes, nigga, this is me. I can't speak. I cannot talk about nothing else, because the way I'm seeing the world, it's just so unique. It's fascinating, and I just want to question everything. But because of that isolation has given me peace. Like, I feel like I'm alone a lot, but because of that, that's really where I'm at. That's really like when I'm at peace with myself mostly. I even started meditating. Like, yesterday, I literally started meditating for the first time, and it felt so weird. Like, nothing really didn't happen. I mean, it's my first time, but I felt something, like, in my body, like a little tingle. But being at peace is the best thing, I think, for anybody. I'm not saying everybody needs to be alone, but everybody needs to set up a boundary where they can go to be at peace. Like, think of it like a barrier, right? Everybody's out here, all the society's out here, but you need a realm around yourself where you just by yourself, where you can really be you. Everybody want to fit in, and I mentioned this in my other videos. Everybody trying to fit in, everybody comparing themselves, everybody, they not woke, their eyes aren't open, they're not. Everybody wondering, either you thinking about sex, girls, or if you a girl, a dude, like, everybody just thinking about the wrong things. And we need to start seeing how we need to start understanding the power of ourselves, because that's the reason we even in a fucked position right now as a society. Yes, I use that word, a society. I saw this video yesterday, and it was so perfect. It was like, okay, there are 3 types of awakenings. You have like a capitalist awakening, where you start understanding, yeah, politics is low-key fucked up, corporations are fucked up, boom. You start understanding that. But then the next level is the spirituality, where you're like, bro, it stems beyond that. And like, there's a system that governs this road, but the people in the higher ups, bro, they're aware of it, but that they're collaborating. I can't explain it because I genuinely sound like I'm crazy, but they doing weird shit together, keeping it simple. And then the third one is kind of like like our entire being of existence just originates from us, and it doesn't exist. I'm not there yet, but I peeked in. But into like what's crazy is like when I make this video, as I'm making this, like the thought that's going in my head right now is, bro, like, Terrell, you're gonna sound so dumb. Like, people are gonna think you're crazy. People are gonna think that you're not making sense. Bro, my bad, damn. Like, this is just me. This is literally just my experience with being spiritual. And there's times where I become less spiritual and I kind of just shift into like a bot mindset where I'm kind of just in society, just like on autopilot. And there's times where it gets deep, where I can only view society from an outside perspective. If you watch Frankenstein or if you've read the book, please, like, that is such a good book, because genuinely, Victor, if you don't know, super summarized, it's this dude, he's so smart and he creates his beast, but the beast, him and the beast are low-key outcasted, but for different reasons. But, and it just goes into, it's just a very complex, just read the book, bro. Damn. Another thing, and the final thing I'll say, is that spirituality has given me gifts, like I've mentioned earlier. When you chosen, when the universe gives you the glasses to put on and you see the world different, and you realize a lot of people aren't like you, that's actually your advantage. Because people can't understand what you're experiencing, what you're seeing, but you can see, like, so you can see them, but they can't see you. You start to realize that these are gifts. Like, there are talents, abilities. I genuinely believe so. Now, for example, like I said earlier, or I don't, low-key, this is like my third retake of the video from like technical issues, but, so I don't know if I said it, but like people's energy just click. Like, it makes sense now. Like, I can tell how you really feel about me just from your energy. Anything you say to me, that don't even work on me no more. Like, it's just genuinely how you make me feel, but the energy you emit towards me, I understand that now. It don't make sense, and it could be delusion, but shit, it seemed to help me so far. So, in the sake of my realm, that's what that is. But there's other things too, but like, for an example, like dreaming. Like, dreaming is actually such a weird phenomenon, because like typically, like, if I have a dream about somebody, right, like, I'll always find out that they were thinking about me, like, recently, or like, I'm not gonna get there yet, because, bro, like, that, you can't even say that's really a gift, but I have been peeping up that's like, your mind, it's really just it's like the gateway. It really it connects all of us, but we don't even realize it. We are all connected. We are all literally from the same thing, energy. But just know that you have the power to be anything you choose. You could be spiritual, you could be religious, you could be atheist, you could be whatever. But I feel like the point of all this, of what I'm saying, isn't just to wake people up, because, bro, I don't need to do that, because some people don't want to be woken up. Some people want to just live a life, bro. They don't want to worry about what's happening in the world. I understand. This video is kind of like a reach out, like it's like a Batman logo in the sky, but for like spiritual people, or people who at least aware of themselves and want to understand themselves, and really just kind of find a deeper meaning of life. Life does have a plan for all of us, and we just gotta, like, align with it. We gotta just match the wavelength. That's really it. And I know I've been talking a lot, bro. This video probably long, shit. But I want to say this to anybody who is spiritual, or who's just not, who some people just probably watch through videos to the end. Maybe everybody going right now, but look, spiritual or not, understand the power of you. Understand that you hold this power that is so true, so pure. Sorry. But it has power. You are power. We are all power collectively. And I've heard a YouTuber say this. They talk about something called the gaze. The gaze is really where your power comes from, but it's how you can control it, right? understand that you can be the best version of yourself, and you don't gotta find a meaning in life, and you don't, none of that. Just find a meaning of yourself, because if once you find that, a lot of your problems will go away. I genuinely believe so, because once you understand who you are, you'll understand how to move in the world, and once you understand that, certain things, you'll just end up missing out on a whole bunch of things that are no good for you. But also understand that there are things in this world that try to combat that. They're the unseen. I'm not explaining that, but always make sure that your mentality good, your mindset good, and that your thoughts are healthy. Because I know that we can go into dark times. We can, like, I've been haunted by dark times where it's like I get like depression. Like, bro, we as humans, we get depressed. Like, growing up, you know, nobody really, it was hard for a kid to be depressed because, like, their life is typically good. Like, you know, you spoiled, you playing Fortnite, you going crazy. But as you get older, like, I feel like depression, that comes, like, becomes a thing that's honestly kind of common, that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. Or the mental well-being of the human soul. Make sure your soul is good. Protect your energy from people, like I said in my last video, because there's a lot of weird things out here in the world that are against you you don't even know. They're the unseen. There are things or people who are against you that you aren't even aware of. So just really just learn to protect ourselves. Learn to find yourselves, and know that everything works out, and that I believe in all y'all, and that y'all are all so unique. And I'll say this, I'm gonna vent to the camera a little bit. Literally, it's like 1 minute, right, y'all? My life has been hard, and it's been harder than ever, and it only seems to keep getting harder. Especially with certain people. Like, there's certain people in my life that I've had to let go, or that I have trouble, like, staying in touch with, or just connecting with, because I feel myself becoming somebody. And it's like this. Everybody who I know, who I've known, and this is me, and as I keep trying to find myself more, the rope keeps getting farther and farther, creating tension. And I can just see that some people it's just not gonna work out. And some people, it's just like, you gotta hope they're willing to go on a journey with you, because if not, it's just your journey. That's all I gotta say. Everything I said, I kept real. I hit my notes, I think. There's nothing else I wanted to talk about. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. This was one of my more different videos, I feel like, but just know that everything I was saying, it has a meaning. Whether you're aware of it or not, it is a thing. It's just up to you to decide if you want yourself to see that, or if you've already seeing it and it's not reinforces you or comforts you. That's it. Monica, you got anything else to say to the camera? You said nah. No. That's it. Y'all have a good one. See you on the next one. Peace.